everybody, my name is Julie and this is A Beautiful Horizon, where we talk about homemaking, homeschooling, and intentional living. Today we are talking about what I'm going to be using to teach my daughter grade 2 in 2020-2021 for homeschooling. And this is actually the second video in a series that I'm doing all about our curriculum for the year. And the first video, I'm talking about what I'm teaching my kindergartner. And I actually mentioned in that video, and I'll probably mention in each video, that these kind of all go together because the way that we learn is very inclusive. My kids are around each other all day, they're hearing things, and some of the subjects we do all together as a family. Other ones have, their individual grade levels, but it's a pretty, eclectic and inclusive curriculum idea. But we do things pretty cottage style where we're all learning together a lot of the different things that we're learning. So if you want to watch the whole series, you might get a better viewpoint on how things work in our home. I will leave the link for the playlist in the description box so you can see what we're doing together. There's also a room tour for our Homeschool Room, which is our living area, as well as some of my favorite homeschool things that I use every year. So as I mentioned, for my kindergartner, we are using Master Books Math Lessons for a Living Education for each of them. So my daughter will be using the grade level 2 for their math, and I chose to get the PDF so that I could print it out for her, and then a couple years down the road, I'll be able to print it out for my son. And I actually had an issue with my printer printing it the wrong way. So not a big deal, but instead of flipping it right and left, we'll be flipping it up and down. It is what it is. The printables for this level were some of the houses, and some of the printables I already have from the first grade level. So I'm just going to be reusing those, but some of the extra ones that we added in were the thousands house, which is how they teach place value. So we have the ones house, the tens house, the hundreds house, and then this year we'll be adding the thousands house, and you generally put them in front of a cup or something. And then we use beans or something of the like, and then these are the counters that are the hundreds counters that we'll be using this year. We are also going to be learning about months and days and weeks, that sort of thing. So we have this printable, which will be fun to use. And this is something that we're going to be doing all together, just making sure everybody is aware of the calendar. I did do a bit this year with this, which is a fun thing that we've enjoyed using. So we do have some idea of the months, the days of the week, the days of the month on the top, and all that sort of stuff. It also comes with a addition mat, subtraction mat, doubles families fact sheet, addition fact sheet, and the place value counting mat with the thousands place, which is different than the first grade one, which cuts off at the hundreds. I decided to also purchase what they call right brain flashcards. So we have the addition and subtraction, and it has horizontal and vertical facts. So I chose to get these in the physical form instead of the PDF form because of my printer issues that I just need to figure out. But I just went ahead and got them in the physical form so I didn't have to print all this. And then I laminated it and chopped it. For my daughter, we'll be going over the Sing, Spell, Read, and Write phonics readers. We'll see how far we get. We got 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 here. So that'll be fun. And then also my kindergartner is going to be learning phonics. And I mentioned that in his video, what he's going to be using. And my daughter's probably going to sit in and just get some review, make sure she's got a firm foundation with the basics too. For spelling, we're going to be using the Spelling You See curriculum. She got through the first half of level A this year, so we'll be doing the second half of level A. And then we also have level B here, and we'll just see how far she gets in this. There are 7 levels altogether. And I really love the way that they lay everything out. I had looked into this last year and chose not to go for it at the time. I wouldn't say it's super expensive, but it is a bit of an investment for a spelling program. But for me, it has really been nice. We've done about 14, 15 weeks of the level A with her, and she's really enjoyed it. And my older son is going to be using it as well next year. We've been using it with him this year. The first level A, is just called Listen and Write, and it's really just dictating words to them. But then in level B, they get into nursery rhymes, word chunking with these awesome erasable pencils, colored pencils. And it comes with a guide to handwriting, so they're making sure they're doing everything correctly, and they say only take 10 minutes to do this. You don't want to wear them out, so we're going to do 10 minutes a day. And they have these little vowel shaded boxes. It also has a lot of guidance for the teacher, which I like, and it's very open and go, very simple, not overwhelming for the mom. All right, so this is obviously edited in. I was planning to use a handwriting curriculum this year, and I changed my mind. I decided there were several reasons, but one of them was that I want my kids to write based on what they're learning in their unit studies. So when we learn our unit studies, we have a list of vocabulary words for the different age segments. So for elementary, for middle or intermediate, and then advanced words. And I think we'll probably just have them pick whatever word they want to use and then write a sentence or a paragraph, depending on their age, about those words or using those vocabulary words. And then if we've already done that and we need, something else to write about, we can always copy a scripture or write a famous quote or something like that. But this one is from 1st to 3rd grade, and I got these on Amazon, so I will link them below. I will say the quality of the paper is not the best. It's a little bit thin, I think, but we'll see if that matters throughout the year. We'll see if I use it next year. That's how you know if I like it or not. It has the front and back is the same. Now, I thought this was going to be a writing pad, but it does also say ream in the title. And it is indeed a ream. It's not sealed on the top. So these are all individual pieces of paper that were together in this plastic, and my mail person put it in the mailbox, so it got a little bit wrinkled, but hey, it is what it is. I think farther down the line, well, I guess it's still wrinkled. But anyways, so this is going to be for my 2nd grader, and like I said, this one is 1st through 3rd grade. And so they have this box where you would put the A, E, C, O, whatever, and then if the letter goes up, like F or H, then you can see where you go up to. If it goes down, like P or Q, then you can see where it goes down to, and then it's got the space between the letters, and then for the spaces between the words, you would just use a full box. And I think this is pretty smart, and hopefully it'll help us to have really uniform writing that's properly spaced apart, doesn't go too high up, too low down, and it has a proper spacing in between the words. So this is something I was showing my daughter just a couple days ago on the whiteboard. I was trying to show her, you got to make sure you have spaces in between each of your words so that they, look nice, and also you can tell how to read the words, where they're broken up. And then I'll show this one on my son's video. It'll be linked in the description box for 6th grade cursive handwriting. So that's what we're going to be doing this year. Instead of doing a separate handwriting program, I'm all about incorporating things all together, and I really want to have them write about what we're learning about in unit studies. So like I said, vocabulary words, she'll write, just like a sentence about whatever she wants to write about, really, having to do with what we learned about. So I think this will work well for her. This past year, to keep track of what pages she was doing on which days, and different other things like field trips or books we read or whatever, I just used this regular old composition notebook. I think this year I am going to get a teacher planner. I would like to get a happy planner, teacher planner, and I really liked it. I believe you call it the vertical ones have 3 different chunks, and I have 3 different students, so I thought that would work well. So we'll see how that goes. I'll be sharing that sort of thing in some sort of homeschool, get ready for homeschool year haul or something like that. So be looking for that video. Make sure you're subscribed to see that video when it comes out. So that's everything that I'm using for my daughter this year, except we are going to be doing our science history, geography, cultures, that sort of thing all together in a unit studies program, which I will have a designated video for. So check that out if you want to see how we're going to teach all those subjects all together. And we also do like a Bible study separate from our school. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you're interested in the rest of the videos that kind of all go together as a series, I will leave the playlist link in the description box. And I hope you have a great school year. Bye.